Good morning, and welcome to another wet Winnipeg. Yeah, 2 days in a row now we've had rain. I hope it's going to be nice tomorrow because I got someplace important I have to go, but we'll talk about that tomorrow. Now, it's been suggested that for this little piece here that we were trying to talking about getting the railing on the side of instead of on the top of, I think a couple of different viewers mentioned the fact that I should fasten this piece down on a piece of masking tape, upturned masking tape or double-sided tape, and I'd probably have a lot better luck. And thinking about it now, yeah, because if the piece is fastened down, I can push we'll put the macro lens on it, and I'll try and do it on camera. I think I probably can. I think something like that, we should have a pretty good chance of videoing it properly so that you can see what's going on. And that's, like I've said before, that's half the fun for me. Now, those of you who are in Jim Steen's 1/200 scale model ship club might have noticed that the last update on the sprue pen was not posted. And the reason being is because there are people in that group that feel that this is just too not model shippy enough. And my excuse for it was the fact that all the sprue in that is from 1/200 scale model ships. But I can really understand that. It's really not the same as working on this piece right here. Speaking of model ships, Peter in Australia is on the last step of his big Yamato. Yeah, he's working on it today. So I guess once he gets his rigging done and probably goes around with a little paintbrush and touches up here and there, he's probably going to have his big reveal. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Boy, did he make that fast. It just seems like last week he started. Well, of course it was longer than that, but he is really fast. Anyway, yeah, congratulations to you there, Peter. Well, I'll be congratulating you again, I imagine, once you actually have your big reveal. Anyway, I got off the subject, didn't I? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that the video that I did last night on this is not on the Model Ship Club Facebook page. Well, that's okay. Any of you that are on that and are watching this and you're wondering how that's going, well, you're going to have to just go on my YouTube channel and find it that way, I guess. Which is all right too, I guess. Anyway, oh yeah, I found it kind of amusing. The person that was doing most of the complaining about me having turning a pen on this Facebook group page, I perused back to see what it was that he was posting. Like, you kind of curious, what kind of a person is he? And I still really don't know. And by the way, Don, if you're listening, I have no feeling of, I'm not upset, I'm not angry, I'm not mad at you or nothing. But it was interesting how you had posted a picture of one of these big German guns, the big granddaddy of them all. What do they call it? I forget what the name of it was. But anyway, you had a picture of that on there. Well, what's that got to do with 1/200 scale model ships? That's okay. That's okay. All the best to you, If you're talking about maybe dropping out of the group, well, I hope you don't. But if you do, I wish you the best. I really do. Now, let's get on with this here. Boy, did I ever get off the subject this morning. Okay, I'm going to fasten this down and see if we can stick our little photo etch railing onto it. Okay, so I'm just trying to get myself composed here, and I'm noticing that this ladder that I put in the ice cube tray, it's a little longer than the cube I'm putting it into, and it kind of bent here. Now, as it turns out, this is actually supposed to bend there. There's a folding line. So I guess all is well, sort of. I don't think it has to be bent that much. Anyway, I've got myself a rotating block here because I want to be able to turn this way and that way and stuff like that. And we'll remove this from Gabe's swab thing here. And now remember, there's an up and a down to this. You can see there's the little notch there. So that is obviously down because this whole thing is supposed to sit on that. Now, I didn't want to use the double-sided tape because it is too good. that kind of doesn't make sense, except that I'm later going to be wanting to pry this piece off of the tape. And what I think could happen is that because the double-sided tape sticks so well, that I will probably bend this slightly, and I'm going to possibly break the connection, or the glue joint off rather. Now, okay, this is what I'm hoping to be able to do. First of all, as you know, I cannot talk and work at the same time. Where's my other tweezers now? Okay. Now I want to have this on the outside if possible. It could be that it's just not going to make it here. Oh, come on, Ron. This isn't that complicated, is it? There we go. Okay. Now, what's happening is that the rail is sticking to the tape, so this might be a good thing. Now, let's try not to bend the rail. I'm going to put the macro lens on and come in at more of a top angle here. Now, people ask me, what is this thing that we see? In other words, this thing that I'm using to push right now. And what it is it's a needle with the top of the eye nipped off. Can't remember how I did it. I think I just nipped it off with an old pair of side cutters. And then I'm just trying to push this in here. You know what? It could be that it's as far as it's going to go. Yeah, I think it's in as far as it's going to go because these corners are all the way in. So that's why this back is not going in. So I might have to leave this out just a little bit. Now, here's something I had thought of a few moments ago. And I'm going to do a little test. Maybe I'll do it right here. And that is, how does CA glue react on the sticky side of the tape? You know, like, can it, after it cures, can it be easily pulled off? I don't believe I've ever done a test like that. Oh, that was not smart. Now I'm stuck on there. Oh. I was trying to push it down. Maybe I could use this end. Now this is the head of a pin that has been filed. So there's only a half head. Try and push this down if I can. There. Oops. Yeah, I think that'll work. Let's do the test with the CA glue. No, I'm going to put another piece of masking tape right here, just in case it wicks its way over and, you know, creates havoc with our piece of plastic here. Okay, what I've got going here is a little piece of upturned masking tape, same as what we're using for our plastic part, and it's about 1 inch square. Just making a little mark there. I don't suppose that's necessary, but in Tennessee Jim, I'm using your pen to mark it with. Okay, what I've got here is the Bob Smith Industries thin quick setting, and it may have a tendency to not want to stay on the top, and that's what I'm hoping it will do. I want it to stay on the top like a droplet, but it could wick its way in like a blotter. I think we're in luck. I think we're in luck. Okay, now let's let that cure. Maybe I should use a little bit of the curing agent on it. Okay, I know that people have a tendency to get upset with me when I swab it on instead of spray it on. Now the idea is I'm hoping that if I just touch it on the top there, just on the edge, well, let's see what happens. Well, it's basically staying. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Okay, probably about 10 minutes has passed here now. And let's just see how easily it's going to come off of this this gum here, which it's not sticky anymore though. Did you notice that? That's probably because the curing agent wicked its way out all over everything. Okay, here we go. Is it going to come off as one piece, or is it going to rip up the paper? It's not coming off too easily. Well, here we go. Yeah, here we go. Got to maybe hold it down with something else here. Well, this is not coming off easily, folks. Okay, it looks like, what is this that I'm looking at here? Okay, I can see where we might have a problem with the part sticking to the, getting glued to the tape. So as, you know, because that's sticking on there pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, here's the plan. I think I'm just going to tack it at key places, like right here at the end. So I'm just pushing it from the back. And then I'm going to put a little bit of CA right here. I don't think I'm going to be gluing it to my pin. That seems to be loose still. Now, is that going to stay there when I release, or is it going to let go? Okay, I think we're okay. Now, I could move in and maybe do the same sort of thing right here in this corner where this post is, because it appears to be up against the plastic. I think I got it. I can see a reflection anyway from the light, so must mean it's wet somewhere, but is it wet in the right place? Okay, I'm just going to release now. All right, now I'm going to move over here to the other side and do the other, I guess you call it wing. I can see where this one might be a problem because it's has a tendency to want to spring back. Ooh. A little bit too aggressive there, didn't I? Okay, now sample a little bit of glue here. I think I got it. Now what's going to happen when I let go? No, it's not holding. I wish I had one of Gabe's swabs with some curing agent on it right now, and I don't. Okay, let's see what happens when I let go. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to Oh, it's stuck. It actually stuck to the. Okay, that's what's happened. What I need is some sort of like a little silicone or Teflon. Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, let's not do anything here for a few minutes. Probably about 5 minutes has passed. Okay. It won't stick. Okay, as soon as I pull the pin head back, maybe if I was to twist it and break it loose. Okay, yeah, that worked. Okay, I am noticing that our rail is not up against the plastic right here. Now, what I was planning on doing was I put a brand new blade in my hobby knife here. And I was just wondering if I was to cut like this. Can I remove it? Would it aid in removing or not? Maybe it's just wishful thinking here. Oh. It looks like the railing is stuck to the tape. Or maybe not. If I could get it off in one piece like that and then turn it on its side, so it looks like it's staying together. No, it came loose. It came loose. Well, if it came loose, okay, this side is still on, but this side is definitely loose. I wonder if I'm maybe wasting too much time here. Maybe if I had to come in like this. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is, off camera, I'm just going to glue this back on. Okay. And then I'm going to come in from this side, like you can see me doing here. This might actually work after this railing is glued back on. Okay, well, I'm going to do this off camera. Okay, here is what's happened. I spent a lot of time here trying to get it to stick to the sides, and finally I gave up. Scraped the gum off from the tape and everything off of the plastic part, and as you can see, I have glued it on the top. From arm's length, nobody's going to know it's in the wrong place. And as I've said before, didn't I say somebody hit me if I say this again? But once it's painted, it's going to look okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, remember we reinforced this piece with the sprue goo, but we never really took a close look at it. Let's put on the macro lens again and just see how the sprue goo, after it evaporated, how much shrinking did it do? Okay, this is about as close as I can get without putting on the super macro. And if you look where the joint was really, you might say, skinny there, it's basically filled in. Not as much as I had hoped, but it's a lot better than it was. And as far as the green cloth, well, I've got a lot of that scraped off, but as one of the viewers put it, it could have been considered like rebar, like reinforcing fibers or something. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy with this. And it's not as good as it could have been, and if I hadn't have broken it off, I guess I must have broke it off when I was taking the sprue in and out of the plastic bag. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, here we are again, back at the beginning of step 35. And remember I said we were not going to put on the searchlights because they are painted the 66. And most of this is going to be sprayed the 19. So we don't want to get these lights 19'd. And I was just looking at this a moment ago, and it appears that we're going to have to put this on now before we put on these E1s. The E1 is the one we were just looking at there on the rotator. And it does appear that there is a little mark or something. Now I got to be careful here. I don't want to break this railing off. But it does appear that there's a little mark right there, and it goes from here. Yeah, it goes from right there to looks like right there. And the thing that we glued the railing on, it goes on this little thing right here. I think maybe the thing to do is to glue this down into place. Yeah, and then we'll be spraying everything, and then I'll be somehow masking off the top very carefully, and just spraying the top black. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I know that I had thought for a while, well, maybe I would spray this part separate, but I really can't and get everything together because I'm going to be messing it up with glue if it's all sprayed. It'll be a lot more consistent if I spray this whole module all together, the 19. At least that's my thinking on it. Okay. Now, I was originally going to use the Tamiya thick here and just go around the inside of this thing and then take it and cap the part here, but I'm just wondering if maybe I could probably use the Tamiya quick setting and just let it wick its way in. I think maybe that would work as well, being as that this whole thing is going to be painted later anyway. So I think I'm just going to give that a try here. I caught my finger on the edge of that there. I hope I didn't. No, it's still on. I got to be so careful here. So careful. I need 3 hands. Okay, that should do it. Now, set this down and make sure we got it adjusted right. I think we do. Looks pretty good. All right. We are now at the place where we have to put on our little parts here that we were just looking at. And I'm probably going to be using the helping hands so that I can lay this on its side, sort of, and let gravity be our friend, and we'll try and get it to go from right here to right here. However, as you can see on the clock, what is it here? It's almost 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to call it quits here for this episode. Now, as far as the next episode of the model ship sprue pen, I will not be posting that on the 1/200 scale model ship Facebook group site. So those of you who have been watching it in that off of that site, you're going to have to look for it on my YouTube site. Anyway, not that you can't watch it. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it. I want to go at this very, very delicate work here, feeling nice and fresh. So that'll probably be tomorrow. Thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.